Hello folks, this is Solo speaking. You're listening to another video for Teamfight Tactics. This is a game that's going to put us in the holiday spirit. We actually have the Santa Poro on one of these other teams. It's going to be a Conqueror Christmas. We're going to open up all of the presents that we get from the Conqueror trait, and we're going to see a fun game based on the vertical Conqueror trait. Now, to be clear, this game was not played on Christmas, but the video is going to get posted on Christmas. And yes, I am recording that in advance because I don't think I'm going to be playing Teamfight Tactics on Christmas Day itself. But we're going to enjoy, as I said, all of the Christmas cheer and look at the presents that we can get as we kill enemy units, something like that. But anyway, yes, Conquer is a trait that I've done a number of different videos on. I really like the design of this trait, but it is basically a trait where as you play deeper into the trait, you get more stacks and you get various rewards as the game goes on. But it is not a loss streaking trait like so many of those other econ traits have been in the past, and like Chem Barons is in this particular set. The only way you can get Conqueror stats is to kill enemy units, so it's very, very important if you're going to be playing vertical Conquerors that you are strong at all points in time in the game, because if you're not killing units, then you're not going to be getting stacks and you're not going to be getting the various Conqueror rewards. This is a trait that you need to play from ahead. I've said that in some of the other videos. If you fall behind in this trait and your board is weak, you're gonna have a rough time, let's just put it that way. So you always need to be playing from ahead when you're playing one of these boards. All right, now when I started out this game, I thought that I was going to do family reroll, that it was going to be I've done this before in some of the other videos. It's like you reroll for the 3 family units. Violet is the featured unit, and then alongside Powder and Vander, and then you add in Darius and Draven. So you have 4 1-cost units you're rerolling for. Vander then is a 2-cost. And then you just add in more pit fighters as the game goes on. That actually did get nerfed. We are playing on the B version of the first full patch of set 13. But that did actually get nerfed. They actually gave Violet a rather large nerf. So that's still playable, but it's definitely not as good as it was in some of these other ones. By the way, I am going to take this training dummy option. So I actually need the training dummy, I think, to die 7 times, and then I get a support item out of it. Kind of a weird setup. But anyway, that's what I thought that I was going to be playing. So I was like, all right, I'm going to grab Darius. I'm going to grab Draven. I actually get a Draven Send coming over from Headwinder. And that's what I was thinking, the direction that I was going to go in this game. But as it turned out, that actually ended up being very, very contested in this lobby. I think there were 2 other people that are going to be re-rolling for those units. So my thinking was, I was like, all right, you know what? After like a couple rounds of this, I ended up pivoting out of the family reroll and I ended up focusing on Conqueror. But for the moment, I wasn't doing that just yet. So now I'm going to look around at the rest of the lobby. Over here, it looks like Headwinder is playing just some Sentinels and then has a 2-star Morgue behind it. He'll figure out where he's going to go in a little bit. So I'm staying level 3. If anytime you're doing a one cost reroll build, you want to stay at a lower level, and that is not what I would do if I had known I was going to be playing vertical Conqueror. I would want to level to 4 here normally, because you want to play more units on a Conqueror board, because if you're not getting kills, you're not getting stacks. As a quick refresher on how Conqueror trait works, I'll just read the official trait description, which I have right here. Here it is. Conqueror's takedowns, that's kills. They don't like to say the word kill, but that's what it is. Conqueror's takedowns grant stacks of conquest. After gaining enough conquest to open war chests full of loot, Conquerors also gain attack damage and ability power increased by 3% for each war chest opened. So it does 2 things as you play this trait. The first is you get stacks, and the deeper you play into the trait, the more stacks you get. Right now at Conqueror 2, which is all I have in right now, I just have the Darius and the Draven, I only get 1 stack per unit killed. So it is a little bit more complex than that. The takedowns means that a Conqueror unit has to like damage the unit in some way. They don't have to get the kill themselves, but they have to like deal some damage to them. So like if you have 9 units on the board and only 2 of them are Conquerors, if neither of those units ever touch the unit that dies, you don't get a stack. But like in a situation like this where I only have 4 units on the board, pretty much anything I kill is going to get a Conqueror stack. So right now at Conqueror 2, I get 1 stack per kill. It's very straightforward. But as you play deeper into the trait, you get more stacks per kill. So like if I get to Conqueror 4, I actually get 3 stacks per kill. And obviously it stacks up a lot faster when that happens. So you definitely do have that incentive to get that. By the way, I should not be playing the powder here. I should be playing the Amumu to get Watcher Trade in. And yeah, I do in fact spot that. So that's good there. So playing deeper into the trait gets you more stacks faster. As I said, Conqueror 2 is only 1 stack per kill. Conqueror 4 is 3 stacks per kill. So you stack up the little, and you can see the little banner with the emblem over there on the right hand side where it says 8 out of 10. That's the stacks up there. The other thing that it does is playing deeper into the trait just gives your units, your Conqueror units, more stats. Conqueror 2 is 18% AD and AP. Kind of an awkward number. I think they originally had that at 20% and it got nerfed down to 18% at some point in the patching process. But yeah, Conqueror 2 is 18% AD and AP. So this is an offensive trait. You don't get defensive stats from this. By the way, I would like to win this, but I think the other person's Draven is going to beat my Draven because they're full health and mine is not. Yeah, it's close, but they end up beating my Draven. So playing deeper into the trait also gets you more of those AD and AP. Like I said, if you get up to like Conquer 4, it goes from 18% to 25%. And then as you open more chests, you also get a bigger increase on that AD and AP. It says it's, I think it says 3% per chest that you open gets added on to that. So if you open, 10 chests, it's another 30%. It's not additive, though. It is multiplicative as far as how that works. Excuse me. So, for example, like right now, it's 18%. If I open 10 chests, that would give me another 30%. And that would not then take me to 48%. It would be 30% increase on 18%, which I think gets you up to like, I don't know, 25%. So it's not quite as good as it might be otherwise. Anyway, on this carousel, I go ahead and take a rod. I'm going to make a Rage Blade because it is a good Draven item. And I'm going to go ahead and send this Blitzcrank over to Headwinder. I believe he ends up playing a Dominator's board in this game. I think he ends up playing Dominators. I'm not 100% sure. I did hit the Powder 2-star, so I'll go ahead and play that. There's also a Rel on my bench here, so I should really probably pick this up if I decide to go deeper into Conquer. But at the moment, I was still thinking I was going to reroll the family trait here. And then like Headwinder still has a Violet over there, but like I haven't seen Violet, and it just ends up being too contested in this game. So I end up not going in that direction. I can't remember if I pick up the Rel here or not. I believe that I do, but it has been a few days since I actually played this game. Anyway, I did get the first treasure chest cash out. So I got my first Christmas present from Conqueror, and that was to give me 2 gold. One nice thing about Conqueror trait is the rewards you get are always fixed. By the way, this is sad. I get reinforced on and lose. But the things you get from the cash outs, they're always the same. They're not random. So the first one is, oh, I guess I did not actually pick up that Rel. That's a little bit sad. Really should have picked up that unit. But anyway, yeah, the first one is always 2 gold. So that when the first cash out at 10 stacks, it's always 2 gold, which is not a lot, but it does early in the game, getting an additional 2 gold. It does help get your economy on track. Not the worst thing to have happen. Yeah, and by the way, there's multiple teams who have this Superstars augment, which gives you additional damage based on how many 3-star units you have. So I already know that like multiple teams are going to be rerolling for this. And I think it was at this point I was like, okay, I need to pivot out of this. I need to play something different. I can't just play family reroll if 2 other people are playing it. It's going to be too contested. And on top of that, I haven't even made items for Violet. If you notice the items I've been making, I had a Draven 2-star, so I've been making items for Draven, so I can kind of pivot out of the family side of things and focus more on the Conqueror side of things, and that's what I'm going to end up doing here. Anyway, it looks like I would lose this fight, but Headwinder's going to come up. Is his board enough to win this? I don't know. That Renata has an Archangels, but okay, it looks like it was enough to win. And hey, that's nice. I get to 30 gold. So I'm in a pretty good economic position here, though I am only level 4 instead of level 5. But look at this. I get an early Swain. And that actually prompts me to start going in the direction of vertical Conquerors. Early Swain makes it so much easier to play into 4 Conquerors. The cost structure of the trait is there's 2 1 costs. So that's Darius and Draven. So 2 1 costs. And then there's a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5 cost. So 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the way the trait is set up. So you have Darius Draven at the 1 cost tier, Rel at the 2 cost tier, the Swain at the 3 cost tier, Ambessa at the 4 cost tier, and then finally you have the what's his name? Mordekaiser is the 5 cost. So I also got this Frying Pan, which is like, ooh, okay. Now if I had been continuing on planning to go the family reroll route, I definitely would have made a Pit Fighter emblem from this. But I actually have a reforger here, so I can turn the frying pan into a spatula. And then I can, if I can get a sword after that, I can turn it into a Conqueror emblem. And I was like, okay, I already found a Rel and a Swain here. And then I can make a Conqueror emblem. So then all I need to do is find an Ambessa, and I will be able to play 6 Conqueror. And I'm really hoping that I can do that early on. Because 6 Conqueror, if you can get 6 Conqueror in early and start getting the stacks, it just makes a humongous difference in terms of making your board stronger. The earlier you can get that in, the stronger it turns out to be. By the way, I should also just replace the Violet with Urgot, because he's a better pit fighter. He's a 2 cost instead of a 1 cost. I might as well just pick that up here. All right, so now I have 4 Conqueror in. So again, more AD and more AP on all my Conqueror units. And on top of that, now I get 3 stacks per kill instead of 1 stack per kill. But you saw what happened there. I didn't actually kill much of anything in that fight. I didn't actually kill much of anything, and that's because my board needs to get stronger here. So that is the weakness of this setup. Is remember, Conquerors have to play from ahead. They cannot fall behind. If they end up being weak in these fights and they don't kill anything, the trait doesn't work, because you have to be getting these stacks. You really have to be tempoing ahead of the rest of the lobby. So that's what I'm going to be trying to do here. Anyway, I end up taking the sparring glove here, and the main reason why I do that is I just wanted the glove. I wanted to make a Last Whisper on the Draven here. So I think Draven has what's basically considered to be perfect items for Draven: Rageblade, Infinity Edge, and Last Whisper. By the way, I also have 2 Blitzcranks in my store here, so that's kind of interesting. Yeah, it looks like Headwinder is indeed going for that Dominator's board. And then he's able to send me a Rel, so I am on Rel pair right now. So I'm close to being a little bit stronger here. We'll also put in the Vlad, who is a really nice fit for my board, because he's going to give me Watcher trait and Sork trait. And then I'm going to pick up the other Blitzcrank as well. So if I can find one more Blitz, I can send a 2-star Blitz over to Headwinder, and I think that that would help his board out a lot. So anyway, here's another person playing Conqueror units. I also probably should try to get the tank items off Darius, because he's only a 1-star, and get those over to the Swain, who's probably a better tank, even though, what does he have? He has his Sork trait in. Is that the only trait of, he has Sork? Oh, he has Sork in 4 Conquerors, so probably would be better to put those items on Swain. But anyway, you see that fight goes much better. I kill the whole enemy team, and I get up to 36 stacks. Now this is the second cash out. See the little glowing red question mark? So I get a 2-star Zeri, and the second cash out is always it's always a 2-star 2 cost. By the way, I also had my training dummy die enough times to give me a support item. It ends up giving me Aegis of the Legion, which is not bad. This is a tank item. You can also see I'm moving my tank items over to the Swain, as I talked about in the last round. And Aegis of the Legion, it gives armor and magic resistance to the holder, and also anyone who stands next to them or in a vertical row beneath them. I think it also gives some attack speed as well. Actually, let me look that up. It's been a while. You know, the developers tinker with what the actual stats are on these artifact items pretty frequently, and like they're just so rare that I tend to forget what the ones that you don't see very often. I guess this is technically a support item. Okay, what are the support items? Oh boy. I was trying to see if I could find, let's see, this is Aegis of the Legion. Okay, here it is. Stats on Aegis of the Legion. Combat start grant 25% attack speed and 15 armor and magic resistance to the holder, adjacent allies, and all allies behind them. Okay, so it's armor, MR, and attack speed. And honestly, the attack speed might be the most significant part of that. Anyway, so that round went well. I was able to kill all the enemy units again, and there's another spatula here, but that gets snapped up. So I really want to get the sword here. That would be so good for me, because I could make a Conqueror emblem, and it would also be Vlad 2-star as well. So I'm really hoping that sticks around. Is there any chance I'm going to be able to get this? I think I can get it, and yes, nobody wanted the sword, even though in last pick I get what I want. So all right, now we can make the Conqueror emblem, and we also get Vlad 2-star as well, so that's going to be nice. There's also another Draven, by the way. I am just holding Dravens. I don't really expect to get Draven 3-star because I'm not rerolling, but, you know, not bad. Certainly not bad. So I definitely do want to make the Conqueror emblem, and yes, the recipe is sword plus spatula. That is one of the few recipes I did know. Now I need to decide on another item here. It looks like I've mostly got tank items, so I think the best thing I can do is make a Gargoyle Stone Plate here. Go ahead and do that, because I don't have anything else I can do. And I decide, you know what, let's go ahead and put the Conqueror emblem on Tristana, because why not? I do lose Pit Fighter for this, but Pit Fighter 2 doesn't do that much. It's really, Pit Fighter is really a better trait on melee units anyway. Draven doesn't make especially great use of Pit Fighter. I mean, it's not terrible on him, but because it has a heal in it. It's really better on like melee fighters. So anyway, I'm just going to stuff a Tristana on the board. She can make good use of the Conqueror stats because all the Conqueror units are getting, I think, what is it, around 25% AD and AP. And then she also is going to give additional attack speed to the whole team. Not a ton, but I think she gives Draven something like 10% more attack speed. And then he also gets more attack speed from the Aegis of the Legion. So Draven, you know, he's going to fall off in time because he is a 1-cost unit. But he's reasonably strong for right now. And we're kind of on a little mini win streak here. And as long as I'm killing units, that's all I really need. Oh, and I actually get the third cash out here, and I get a Silco. Well, that's not good for me, but it is quite good for Headwinder, because remember, he's playing a Dominator board, so I was like, okay, I can just hold this and send him a Silco in 2 rounds when Stage 4 starts. So that actually does end up helping us a fair bit. And then there's also a Cogmaw here, although I can't remember if he's playing Cog or if he's just playing Vertical Dominators in this. I think he's playing Vertical Dominators from what I remember of this game. Yeah, he's playing Vertical Dominators in this game, so he doesn't actually need Cogmaw. Anyway, so yeah, I'm going to go... Oh, do I go ahead and send the Blitzcrank? Okay, I sent the Blitz because that gets him a Blitz 2-star. I think that actually is 6 Blitzcranks for him over there, if I remember correctly. I know he got a lot of Blitzcranks very early on in this game. And then I'm going to reposition Draven so he's getting the Aegis of the Legion benefit. I talked about him getting that in the last round. He didn't even have it yet. This person, though, has hit 3-star Violet, so I probably lose this fight because I have like Swain 1-star, Darius 1-star, Rel 1-star. Don't really expect to win this, but, you know, we are chipping away at the Violet. I don't think it's going to be quite enough, but well, we're still killing units. Anytime we're killing units, we're getting stacks. Remember, it's 3 stacks per kill. So, I mean, we're not going to beat that board that has that many 3-stars, but still got some more stacks. It would have been nice to carry the win streak all the way through, but I'm still reasonably pleased. Of course, the thing I really need to hit is an Ambessa or a Mordekaiser. Either one of them will get me 6 Conquerors, and that's a very, very big spike. If you can get 6 Conquerors in early, you just start snowball. You can just kind of snowball ahead of the rest of the lobby pretty quickly. I remember we were doing one of our group games on a Friday morning, and Headwinder... He had a Conqueror emblem from like the first augment, and then he got an Ambessa on, I think it was 3-1, and he had 6 Conquerors in on 3-1. Like, he got so many stacks so quickly, like there's just nothing anyone could do about it. He got so far out in front of the rest of the lobby, it was just insane. All right, so in any case, I'm going to go ahead and look to level 7 here, and what I really want is to get one of those units I can make use of. I am going to start making items for Ambessa, though. I actually have really good Ambessa items here. I can do Titan's Resolve and then Bloodthirster, and those are going to be perfect on Ambessa. Now I have to find Ambessa for that. I don't have her yet. I believe I'm going to look to go to level 8 and then look to try to find her there because I have better odds of finding her on level 8. So for right now, I still don't have her in. And if you're wondering why I pick up the Twisted Fate, it's because Twisted Fate has Quick Striker, which is one of the traits that's on Ambessa. And I'm going to try to play through Ambessa carry. By the way, this person has Spectral Cutlass. I put a game up on YouTube where I played Violet with the Spectral Cutlass. Unfortunately, the Vex manages to kill my backline. And then actually even has the temerity to survive after that. I was like, really? Managed to kill my backline and then survived on 1 HP. But fortunately, the rest of my team, or Headwinder, is able to come in and help me win this round. I was like, okay, I wasn't expecting that. Wasn't expecting the Spectral Cutlass Vex to jump in and kill my backline. All right, now we get our third augment, and it is Prismatic in this game. And I was like, it's not Greater Moonlight. I don't think it's the reading. You know what? I don't really like Invested. Let's go ahead and take the Belt Overflow here. It's going to give me 4 Giants Belts. It's going to give me a lot of front line. I was like, I actually think that's not that bad here because I was a little hurting on front line, to be honest, and I can definitely use this later on. So I'm going to make 1 Warmogs, and then I think I just make another Warmogs after this. I'll go ahead and pop these items off Swain. I was like, all right, we'll do the Aegis. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll do the Gargoyles. Once I can place this, I'm having trouble placing this item, and then we'll just do a Warmogs as well. So, and then we can put the Sunfire on Rel. I was like, okay, well, we got a lot tankier there. Reasonably pleased with that, considering I still only have 1-star Draven and 1-star Rel and 1-star Swain. I mean, the biggest thing I needed was frontline because like almost all my items had been carry items thus far, right? Like I have Draven fully itemized. I have 2 out of the 3 items that are going to go on Ambessa, but what was I lacking? I was mostly lacking frontline, so that definitely helped paper over kind of a weakness. And one other thing it does is it helps make me strong right away, which is again what I kind of need. Remember, I'm playing a Conquerors board. I need to be tempoing ahead in this lobby. If I'm not getting kills, I'm going to be stalling out. I'm actually really close to getting the next cash out here. So let's see. I'm going to get, okay, I end up getting stuck at the 96, and I think that's because I didn't actually get stacks for those last 2 units that died. By the way, I have 2 out of 3 Silcos here. I might be able to send a 2-star Silco over to Headwinder, who is kind of carrying me at the moment. My board's in kind of a power trough right now, just because I'm not really hitting. I'm playing vertical Conquerors, but I'm kind of not hitting them. Like Swain 1-star, Rel 1-star, Darius 1-star. I have Ambessa's items on Stupid Vlad, and then somebody else already has an Ambessa, which was unfortunate to see. I was like, somebody's already got an Ambessa out there. And now they have Ambessa 2-star. I was like, what? That person took Invested, which is the prismatic that just gives you a lot of gold. So they're going to be really strong in the near future because like they got this humongous injection of gold. They got like 40 gold or something like that. And yeah, they have Ambessa 2-star. Like there's no way I'm going to beat Ambessa 2-star at this stage of the game. But it does mean they're down a prismatic for the rest of the game. Like they will not be getting, and they do not get any combat power from that. They just got gold. So I do lose that round, which is not surprising. But long term, the fact that I have all those giant smelts can make me stronger if I can put them on better units. By the way, I'm about to get the 4th cash out because I just hit 100 stacks on Conqueror trait. I'm in reasonably good shape on the stacks. It could definitely be better, but I'm in reasonably good shape. And now I'm still trying to get more Ambessa items because that's like the next thing I would want, something that would be good on Ambessa. But anyway, there's a Kate with a sword here, so I was like, okay, I'll take this Kate. You know, I can play through the Kate for the time being until I can find other better units. But I'll just play Kate for the moment. I can sell that Trist and I can just play Conqueror Kate instead. Caitlyn really has no synergy with Conqueror trait. Like there's no sniper or enforcers that have any connection to this board. I guess technically the Twisted Fate gives me a small connection there. But anyway, so this is the next cash out here. We'll put the Kate on the board for right now. And what do we end up getting? Oh, we got a lesser champion duplicator and a 3-cost unit. Well, neither of those was particularly useful for me, but we're going to go ahead and try to find. I'm going to go ahead and roll it down on level 8. Let's see what else we can find. We can definitely put the Elise on the board. That should be useful. And okay, I found Mordekaiser, so I was like, all right, well, we got to get the Mordekaiser on the board. Play him over the TF. It probably should be played. It really should be played over the Elise, I think, but that's fine. I did manage to get the Mordekaiser, so now I have 6 Conquering. And I actually found Mordekaiser, who's the 5-cost, before Ambessa, who is the 4-cost. So that's a little weird, but I'll certainly take it. I'll certainly take that because the big thing was getting into the 6 Conqueror, which is going to help me out a lot. So on 6 Conqueror, it does 2 things. Remember, it gives us 6 stacks on kill as opposed, or what is it? Yeah, it's 6 stacks on kill. So you can stack up the, you can certainly get the stacks a heck of a lot faster. Now we have the anomaly round, so I have to choose a champion to evolve. I'm looking here. It's not Laser Eyes. No, not Headhunter. I see this dual wielding. Gain 2 completed items that fit this champion's role. I was like, okay, that seems pretty good to me. So I'll take that. And I end up getting a 2-star Silco that I can send to Headwinder. That should help him out. But I get, what, a Titans and a Crown Guard. I was like, okay, sure. We'll just get some items from Ward. I'm reasonably pleased with this. I'm still trying to find, remember, I'm still trying to find an Ambessa to put on this board here. But I see the Vi. I was like, all right, I could probably play the Vi. Maybe that's better here. And then I also have a Corki. I actually hit another Corki. And then I'm rolling down here. There's a Jinx, but if only I could play Jinx. It's just she doesn't fit this board very well at all. I could play the Twitch if I wanted to put Sniper trait in, but like this is not really a unit you want to play. Twitch without Experiment trait is pretty bad overall. So I'm still rolling. And then I see I hit 2-star Corki. I was like, okay, well, you know what? We'll play Corki then. Why not? I can play Corki. And then I get an Ambessa send, so I'll play that over the, what's his name? I'll play that over the Twitch. And then I actually end up having an extra unit here, so and then I stuff Twitch back on the board because I run out of time. But I'm going to put the Conquer item on Corki. He's actually a surprisingly good user of it. And then I'm going to put my Ambessa items on Ambessa over there. So yeah, Corki's going to make really good use of these. Now I just need to get Corki some items over here, but he's going to make good use of Conqueror trait. And now he doesn't have any of his traits in, to be fair. He doesn't have Artillerist trait in, and he doesn't have Scrap trait in, so he's actually not making use of either of his traits. But Corki's base damage is pretty good, and 6 Conquer gives him a lot of stats. 6 Conquer, the base is, in addition to getting the 6 stacks per kill, by the way, we're up to 6 Dravens. And by the way, we get another cash out. I think this is the 5th cash out here. And oh, we actually get an, what is it, a item reforger and an item that we can just flat out use. So I'm going to go ahead and move some of these items from Draven over to Corki. Anyway, like I said, 6 stacks per kill for 6 Conqueror, and then it's 40% AD and AP. So an additional 40% AD and AP. And then that continues to go up as you open more chests. So I've opened, I think, 5 chests now. I'm about to open 6 chests. So that gets scaled up, what, by another, I think it's 3% per chest you open or something like that. And by the way, there's another Mordekaiser. I was like, oh my god, another Mordekaiser. Okay, well, I'm not going to play the 2 Dravens. I will put in the Gangplank, and then that's going to get me another rank of Pit Fighter and also Form Swapper. And oh my god, Mord 2. Okay, this is a ridiculous high roll. Mord 2-star on level 8. Oh my god. Now I need to get Mord another item. In the meantime, though, I will go ahead and make Asterix for Ambessa. Oh, excuse me. Keep coughing here. So and now if I could just like 2-star the freaking Swain back here. Excuse me. And then I need to get the Vi off my board, and I can definitely play a better unit instead of the Vi. So I'll have to look for another unit that fits a little bit better, because Gangplank's really useful because he gives me both Pit Fighter and Form Swapper. And then are these other items. You know what? I can go ahead and do a redemption. Excuse me, because I really don't have a good use for the tier. So I think I'll go ahead and do that. And by the way, this round's pretty close, but I wasn't quite able to win. However, I did get enough kills to get the next cash out for Conqueror, because when you're getting 6 stacks per kill, it really does stack up very, very quickly. And I am still in the process of finishing the transition of my board here. All right, I finally hit 2-star Swain. All right, so what do we get? Oh, we get a 4 cost and a 5 cost. Well, the 4 cost isn't very useful, but the 5 cost is Rumble, and that's going to be extremely useful here. So it's like, oh, yes, I will play that Rumble. By the way, here's the last gift round, and I have a champion duplicator coming over from Headwinder, so I'm happy to take that. I'll put the Rageblade back on Draven. He actually does use Rageblade really well. And then let's go ahead and put we'll make a redemption, put that up on Rel. And then, you know, I am only 2 Dravens away from Draven 3-star because they do have the cheap champion duplicator. I can use the lesser champion duplicator on Draven. I could actually also use the greater champion duplicator on Draven too, but I think I'd prefer to use the full champion duplicator on like an Ambessa or a Rumble or something. Rumble's going to be great to have on this board. He gives me Sentinel trait. Now 2 Sentinel doesn't do that much, but he gives me Sentinel trait, and I've gotten him in relatively early here at the beginning of stage 5, so I'm going to be able to start getting those Rumble upgrades pretty early on. And if you can get like 2 or 3 of the Rumble upgrades, he just becomes so powerful. So he fits reasonably well with Rel, and the 2-star Mordekaiser is just absolutely absurd to have 2-star Mordekaiser this early on. Although Corki actually did more damage, so go figure. The Corki who has none of his traits in still did well, and it looks like the Golden Egg player did not get the cash out, so that's what you get for being greedy and trying to take the Golden Egg. All right, here's the other half of the double up round. I'm going to go ahead and send back to Headwinder, and it looks like he is going to take... What does he end up taking here? I think he takes the Thief's Glove, but I'm not 100% certain. That is the safest option, because you can always make use of a Thief's Glove. Overall, though, I'm really happy with how my team has come together here, and now I'm just going to go to level 9, and I can look to play another unit. So this is ideally the way you want to play Conqueror trait. Again, it's you want to get out in front of the rest of the lobby in terms of power, and then you want to snowball your advantage from there. I'm reasonably happy with how I've played it. I think that, you know, I would have put the Conqueror emblem on just whatever I hit, and I kind of hit all these Corkis on my roll down. So Corki's just kind of filling in as my carry. He just kind of took over Draven's items, and he's quite strong in his own right. I have very good Ambessa items, so if I can ever get 2-star Ambessa, she's going to do a lot of work on her own too. And then I hit the early Rumble, which is nice, but still, the biggest thing that's helping me out is that the early 2-star Mordekaiser is just completely crazy to have that. So that's my definite high roll moment in this game. I can't say that was like planning or anything like that. I just kind of got lucky. But yeah, Mord is chopping away back there, and he buys time then for Corki to kill things. It's Corki against Corki, and it looks like my Corki wins, and unfortunately that person's out of the lobby, so sorry about that. Since that person's level 8 and I killed all 8 of their units, I got 48 stacks for Conqueror, 6 times 8, so that's you know, that's pretty nice. I'll definitely take that. Now I can look to grab something else. I would like to get a 3rd Mordekaiser item here. And by the way, there's only 2 teams left in the lobby, so I can definitely get something good here. And I'm going to take the Gunblade, so that way Mord can, you know, heal himself a little bit off of his attacks. Crown Guard, Titans, and Gunblade, pretty good items on him. So yeah, I'll definitely take that. I'm still playing the Gangplank, even though Gangplank is just kind of in there as a trait bot. He's still really helpful because he's giving me Form Swapper and Pit Fighter. The Form Swapper is really nice to make Swain a little bit tankier. I do think my biggest weakness now is my front line's a little bit shaky. I would love to get 2 more Rumbles so I can get to Rumble 2-star. That would definitely help a lot there. And then maybe I can transfer those Rel items over to Rumble or something like that. I still got the duplicator in my back pocket, and then the lesser champion duplicator. So I definitely have some tools here, and we're just going to go to level 9 and play whatever we hit. There's a lot of things we could potentially play. Like, I could always look to play, what's a common thing I could play? I could always play like Malzahar because I do have half a visionary trait. I could play like Savika because she gives me Pit Fighter, although I'd probably take Gangplank out if I did that. I could always play Jace because he would give me Form Swapper. Like I played Jace over the Gangplank back there. And by the way, this is a really close fight. I would have narrowly lost to the family reroll board, but fortunately, Headwinders got my back. And we're going to get another Christmas present here. Yay! Oh, by the way, here I'm going to take Tank Buster for... and I'll get 2-star Gangplank. And oh, guess what it gave me? It gave me a 2-star Rumble. So yes, you do get a 2-star 5 cost for it's like the 335 stack cash out. It is a 2-star 5 cost, and it gave me a Rumble for that. So I was like, okay, well, I go from 1 Rumble to 4 Rumbles instantly. That sounds pretty good. Merry Christmas to me. Now, what I really should have done is use the item remover to pop the items off Rel and put them on the Rumble, who's just a much better Sentinel. But I actually forgot to do that. I actually never ended up doing that in this game. I just forgot that Rel had all these tank items, and that's kind of a bad mistake. I really should have remembered that Rel was holding all these tank items because the Rumble would just be a much better user of them. Anyway, Mordekaiser's still alive. He's killing things in the back line. This board is certainly not weak, but looks like we've got it, and we got another 9 times 6, was it 54 stacks? So we're like 1 round away from another cash out here. By the way, there's a Malzahar, and I just got the send back. So yeah, I'm gonna go level 9 and see. I could play the Mauls. He would give me a visionary trait. I mean, Mauls by himself isn't that great. He's not great on this board because Mauls has like a magic resistant shred, and like all my damage is physical. I do very little magic damage. I guess Mordekaiser does some magic damage, but everything else is physical. So I really don't need an MR shred that badly. And I have the Last Whisper on Corki, who's armor shredding. What I'd really like to get is a 2-star Ambessa. That would actually help me a lot. She has very good items. She just... I've only been able to find 1 the whole game is the problem. All right, but we can go to level 9, and then we're going to roll down, and we're just going to play what we hit. Okay, well, we'll see about maybe Savika. Could be a possibility. There's another Draven, by the way, so I'm very close to being able to play Draven. There's an Ambessa, okay, and then I get another Ambessa coming from Headwinder, so that was certainly helpful. Now we're going to keep rolling here. All right, now all the Ambessas show up. It's like, okay, of course, now all the Ambessas show up. And then there's another Savika, and I was like, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to duplicate the Draven, and I'm going to duplicate the Draven again. So that's Draven 3-star. I wanted to make Draven 3-star. Was it really the best play to make Draven 3-star? Probably not, but I wanted the Draven 3. I just wanted it. I just wanted the Draven 3 because he'd been on my board from the beginning, and, you know, he needed his Christmas presents too. All right, so we're up against the family reroll player, and now that I have the 2-star Rumble, I did put a Thief's Glove on him. It looks like I am slightly stronger than this player now. Yes, I did lose to that player before, but looks like I am slightly stronger than them. And oh, I'm at 438 out of 440. I need... oh wait, no, I did get the next cash out here. I just barely hit this cash out. So another Christmas present, and I get another Thief's Glove. So I was like, okay, well, I was like, wait, let's roll and see what we hit. Do we hit anything interesting? And I was like, oh, 2-star Savika. Okay, well, I was gonna play Mauls, but I'll play the 2-star Savika. I realize this puts me on 3 Pit Fighter, which is slightly awkward, but 2-star Savika with the Thief's Glove, that's got to be pretty good. So like, look what we have on the board right now. We have a 2-star Rumble. We have a 2-star Savika. We have a 2-star Mordekaiser. We have a 2-star Ambessa. We have a 2-star Corki, and we have a 3-star Draven. I mean, that's a lot of 2-star 4 and 5 costs plus the 3-star Draven, and we've opened a lot of Conqueror chests. I think I've opened like 8 or 9 of the Conqueror chests. So all of my Conqueror units are getting like 50% AD and AP. Like, that's just a lot of stats. Now I'm gonna get Victored here by the other side, and oh my god, that Victor did an awful lot of damage. So everything's gonna die except Corki, but we still win anyway. That person was level 10 with a 2-star Victor, who did 14,000 damage. Unfortunately, the rest of the board wasn't that strong. And the Conquerors are gonna get it done. Conquerors conquering the 2-star Victor on the level 10 board. I think I would have gotten like another 70 stacks from that if the game had gone on. But the game does not go on, and I'm able to tempo along with a lot of help from Headwinder, who, by the way, was fantastic in this game. Gonna just be able to tempo our way into a win. So this was a really fun game. I really enjoyed this. Obviously, I had the insane high roll to get Mordekaiser 2-star on level 8, but hey, sometimes it's Christmas, and sometimes the game gives you your gifts. Anyway, once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Have a great holidays, everyone. Take care, folks. I'll see you soon.